Imagine you set up the internet's biggest racist for success and then get your panties in a bunch when he achieves success. Thankfully for you, you don't have to imagine, because this actually did happen. Of course, I'm talking about Gypsy Crusader. Now, Gypsy Crusader isn't a performative racist like Clav or MMG. This guy actually hates other races just based off the color of their skin. Now, this guy is a true white supremacist who isn't actually white, and that tends to be a pretty common theme among white supremacists. You know, everybody's there in the classroom. Raise your hand if you're a white supremacist, and everybody goes, oh, me. Okay, now raise your hand if you're actually white, and not a single soul puts their hand up. Same thing for this guy. He's not actually white, but I'm sure you've seen him before, whether you're scrolling on Twitter or Reels or somewhere.
Riddle me this before you go. I am loud and obnoxious. I like music that rhymes. I'm a fraction of the population, but commit half the crimes. Who am I?
So, Adin Ross, of all people, of course it's fucking Adin Ross, who else would it be, saw an opportunity to make money off of this and offered him a fight contract to go fight Super Hot Fire. Now, Super Hot Fire has been on the internet for a very long time. Now, I'm sure most of you know who Gypsy Crusader is, but I am confident all of you know who Super Hot Fire is. He's the guy that did this.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
And they both signed the contract to fight, and this was either in the co-main or the one undercard before the main, which was Blueface and some fat guy.
It's free ass whooping.
But let's be real, nobody was watching this fight for Blueface. Everybody tuned into this fight for Gypsy Crusader. So anyway, they both get into the ring, and lo and behold, the racist guy with 20 years of Muay Thai experience, a 40-pound advantage, and a 6-inch height advantage won the fight. But regardless of what happened or who won, this was one of the most grossly mismanaged fights I've ever seen in my life. For starters, they got Super Hot Fire. Super Hot Fire is about as black as Charleston white.
The Gypsy Crusader is a white supremacist, but I don't like either.
At least we can agree on something.
No. I actually hate more than you.
You do, you really?
Yeah, because I had a pull it out on me 3 times.
Oh man, I get a death threat every day with one of you guys.
But guess all 3 people who did it.
Who?
Niggas.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So just in that clip, there's now mutual respect between these two, right? Gypsy is like, yeah, I don't like them. And Super Hot is like, hey, I don't like them either. And I know he's a comedian. You might think he's joking, but he starts off with this.
My father has 2 kids the same age, me and my brother. And we're not twins. He had 2 women pregnant at the same time. So my mother hates my father. So
what is your relationship like with your
My
father?
mother hates my dad, so I was born in the hate of niggas.
Is your relationship like with dad very good?
Hating niggas.
Yeah, so he really meant that shit. Why don't you have somebody who wants to rip this guy's fucking head off, right? You need to get a culture warrior in there, right? Somebody who's really drinking the Kool-Aid of, you know, get it? Because black people and Kool-Aid. Okay, I'm sorry. No, but seriously, somebody who's really drinking the Kool-Aid of, you can't be racist towards white people. I don't really like white people. Our culture has been oppressed forever, and it's the white man's fault. You know, get like a real fucking culture warrior in there so that the animosity between these two are just off the charts. But no, you got a guy who's not very into it. That was their first blunder. Their second blunder was screaming about how Super Hot should have won the fight.
Super.
Out of the red corner, Gypsy Crusader!
He's done. That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
That's bullshit. Super.
On that note,
Super.
say don't lose like that, big dog.
Real Aiden, you got to look into that because as the great job you're doing putting
That's
this
the
shit
commission.
together.
That's nothing to do with me. That's the commission.
Hell no.
The state of Florida, the same ones that do the UFC fights and all the boxing events.
Nigga said, do I want to interview him?
Let him
No.
know that
The
you
fuck?
ain't got a fucking thing.
That's really not a good look,
to do
bro.
with that. No,
Let me
it's
see the
not.
card. Let me see the card.
What the fuck was that?
How? I saw the.
I'm sorry. Were we watching the same fucking fight? It wasn't even close. Gypsy clearly won that 2-1. And hey, listen, Super Hot put up way more of a fight than I think anybody thought he was gonna put up, right? I mean, he stepped into a guy who was bigger, stronger, and had more experience. And he actually stole around on Gypsy because Gypsy gassed out. And I know they wanted it to be this big thing of, oh yeah, you know, racism is evil, and the guy, the underdog, really stuck it to Gypsy. You know, fuck that Gypsy guy. Fuck the white supremacist. Yeah, love wins, right? Which is like great message, but you sent him against a fucking comedian. Like, what did you think was going to happen? No, I'm sorry. You knew exactly what was going to happen. If you know what outcome you wanted, why? I mean, sure, you could make the argument it gets people talking, but I don't think they were acting here. I think they genuinely thought that Super Hot deserved the win and he should have won. Now, and I'm telling you, they should really hire me to do this shit. Because here's what I would have done, right? Fuck the culture warrior I said earlier, right? Here's my idea.
I'll fight Gypsy. You want to fight Gypsy?
I really don't know what.
Okay, Rampage, get your ass in the ring and go fight him. Yes, I know this is a sanctioned event, but this isn't professional. This is Adin Ross's brand risk, right? Selena Powell, Miss Free Pussy, and I'm not even trying to slut shame. It's just she literally fucks everything that moves, was commentating for the woman's card, and she kept trying to degenerately bet $5,000 on one of them.
We should bet on it. Let's bet on it real quick. Let's bet on it.
Yeah,
5K?
Fuck no. What do you think I am?
Yeah, he does.
5K?
5K?
No.
1K?
You said you can't do a
Rampage,
5K?
5K.
No, I ain't no trick, nigga. You
Oh my god. So y'all scared to bet against Christina?
And you had Charleston White up there the whole fucking time. I don't even have to explain that one.
Look at him.
Say Gypsy.
He's locked in.
Call him a nigga.
Get Rampage in there. They're both MMA guys. They're both a little bit older. They're both retired. I'm sure they would both go for fighting each other. And I guarantee you, if you hired 10 people who knew what they were doing, you could turn that ring into an octagon in probably 10 minutes. And then you just bring in some other judges and let's have them do an MMA bout. And hey, listen, I totally get it. If there was somebody in front of me who hated me because of my skin tone, I'd want to kick their ass too. Then why don't we put our money where our mouth is, Rampage? And I bet you he'd probably win because Paul didn't look that impressive in his fight. I know it was boxing, but he gassed out very quickly. But my point is, this could have been handled so much better. It could have been so much more entertaining. And we're not going to sit here and act like Super Hot Fire won. Anybody who watches any sort of fighting knows that, yeah, Gypsy's punches were cleaner. He landed more. He probably got docked a point for... Super Hot was just kind of hugging him the whole time, you know? And yeah, you got some good licks in there, but I thought it was pretty obvious that Gypsy won. Yeah, so hopefully we get to see Rampage and Gypsy in an MMA fight. I mean, seriously, you want to talk about money? You're going to have double the viewers that they pulled in on that stream. Maybe it's just very hard to set something up. Maybe it's very hard to get the sponsors, whatever. But I feel like just talking about it, they were just kind of like, yeah, we're going to do this. Like, nobody thought outside the box and was like, hey, you know, maybe we should do this instead. Maybe we should do something that makes us more money. Which, eventually, when I do blow up and I do get some money in my pocket, and it's not an if, it's a when, I just should probably, you know, get a little better about posting. I am going to sanction a football league. Hell yeah. Could you imagine that? Like, your favorite streamers, whatever, YouTubers, you go out there 7-on-7 football match, you get the coaches. I feel like that would be sick. You have it every week, you get a bunch of money involved, and then you can actually watch something. Because I mean, seriously, who's watching the UFL or whatever the fuck is on during the off season? No one. So yeah, definitely within the next 5 years, keep a lookout for that. Have a great day, guys.